I love about your character in this film is that there is, like, you just can't stop watching her. There's this, like, air of her. And
Oh, good.
I mean,
Because they cut out a lot of my parts, so I'm glad what's left you found mesmerizing.
Oh, it's totally mesmerizing.
Oh, good.
and it's a really beautiful, like kind of opposite to what else is going on. And so, but it also is strange because there's so much, it's so dark, and then yet you bring this kind of drunken life to it. How do you feel your character kind of plays within this,
well, I
the
think
puzzle of it all?
it was my job to give the audience a chance to laugh, and I think that when something horrible happens, and even when someone dies under less horrifying circumstances, people need to laugh, and I know that when you laugh and when you cry, when there's a death in the family, is very unpredictable, and you'll find that you suddenly get hysterical picking out the coffin because the guy's ridiculous, or, and I think the audience needs permission to laugh every now and then so they're not laughing inappropriately, and so Grandma Lynn is really there to allow the audience to laugh, and also to just let the light in and to say you have to go on, and to try to remind her daughter that she's got other children, and that it's and very often when a child dies, that's what happens. The father mourns one way and the mother mourns another way, and it causes a huge rift. So even though I was a terrible mother probably when I had my daughter in the film, I get a second chance to come back and kind of, in Grandma Lynn's drunken, smoking haze way, kind of keep things going and do the best I can.
You bring a life back to this.
Yeah, and it's funny because you would never think she'd be the one that would do it. She's the least likely person that you would call, but there she is, and that's, she does what she can because the dad's so obsessed about finding, the murder, and the mom can't cope, and so Grandma Lynn's the only one left standing.
You got some scenes with Shirsa, and so what was it like to work with an actress who, obviously she has talent and skill, but like there's like an innate something about her that...
She's fierce. She's really got a great presence, and she works really hard, and she's very funny, actually. She and Rose were a riot during the rehearsals. I don't film with her that much. We worked more in the rehearsal process, but I don't really have scenes with her. Most of my scenes were with Rachel and the little boy, and with Mark. But clearly she's gonna, especially since her parents are so solid and sweet and smart, I think she will work for a very long time if she chooses to.
You also have a child who is in the industry. So how do you kind of like work with somebody who wants to get into this industry, which obviously is not an easy one, but still, so... Well,
I've worked with a lot of people just starting out with kids that are younger, everyone from Natalie Portman and Jake Gyllenhaal and Brad Pitt and even younger, Jenna. I think they have as much to teach me as I have to teach them. The only difference is that I've lasted a long time. That might be something I could talk about. I never give my daughter advice unless she asks for it. I think she's incredibly brave to be going into a business where her mom's so well known, and she needs to, establish who she is in her own mind. And she's very talented and gorgeous, and so and funny. And so I don't worry about whether or not she can do it, so it's really just, sometimes maybe she'll talk to me about the actual management of life in the business as opposed to scenes, and I hope that we can work again, at some point. But I see them as my equal when I work with people that happen to be younger, because they all pull their weight just as much as I do, and they're there for you, and I'm so grateful when that happens.